Today's live is dedicated to carnivore police who absolutely loves and adores when I go live and get on my treadmill and start walking. So carnivore police, you're welcome. This one's for you. Guys, I'm just on here, ate some food, got a little bit of a blood sugar spike, not anything big, it's not, 125, 130, and it comes back down right after, within an hour, sometimes sooner. Sometimes, within 2 hours, which is completely normal. But I don't know. One of the thoughts on my mind is I wanted to do a video tomorrow about like the uneducated diabetic is like my thought. I'd be curious to know what you guys think about this whole thing. But what I was thinking was that I'm actually super glad that I'm not educated. I think back now, 2 years later, I think it's day 362. Oh no, I'm sorry, 662, if memory serves me correctly. It's been over a year or 2 years. And after 2 years, then regardless, I've learned so much. And one of the things I've learned is, God, I've just been taken advantage of by books. People, you got to realize that some people are writing a book every single day with AI and it's only going to get worse. So just because you read something in a book doesn't mean that it's the all holy grail. It's been well thought out and researched. And pretty much on that note, many of these content creators and so-called specialists and even healthcare practitioners, they're taught a certain way and that's pretty much it, right? To give you, for instance, for me, when I started out, I wasn't asked all the right questions. I had to take the responsibility in my own hand to say, I'm a roofing contractor. I burn a heck of a lot of calories. I was given a certain amount of food to eat, certain types of foods, and it just wasn't right. The diagnosis or the instructions that I were given. The instructions that I've been given in books, social media, all of that, some of them worked, but the majority of them did not. So I'm glad. I might be spilling the beans here too much, but hey, what's up, Rylan? Anyways, I'm glad I'm educated. I'm glad that I figured out and still learning every single day what works and doesn't work. Obviously, whatever I've been doing has been working because I've got my blood sugars in perfect check. And I guess what I want to say is there's a whole bunch of natural things, simple things that we can do. The one thing I do adhere to is there's a lot of things you can do to manage your T2 diabetes and your blood sugars. It's simple, it's just not easy. You have to stay at it and do it. But the cool thing is it's all mostly free and it's just simple. All you got to do is show up. That's all. What's up, Stitch? Give me a shout out, please. I just did, Stitchy. But yeah, so hours and hours and hours of reading and practicing things just to come to find out that, sometimes it's just so simple, right? It's like one of the most simplest things right under your nose, and it's just so simple you don't even see it. He says, Stitch, you're welcome. It's just so simple, and they've complicated things for a reason. I think, if you go fishing, I had a friend of mine who told me, this is what comes to my mind right now, is that his friends were like, nah, man, you got to use the right color. You got to use the right bait and stuff like that. You got to get a shiny lure with this and that. And they got all this hundreds of dollars of different stuff. And he's like, you know what? I heard you could catch a fish with a piece of gum. So he wads up a little piece of bubble gum on a hook, throws it over the edge of the boat, and wham, picks up a fish, So all of these things, I think, with science and products of every sort is out there to make money, right? If we make it so complicated, you'll need to buy a course or buy supplements or do all these things to fix your problem, right? You have to get people in a need situation. We need them, right? And we'll use scare tactics and dependency so that you have to rely on them, and that way they can sell you stuff. Does that make sense? Nobody, like walking. I'm walking right now to lower my blood sugars. Can you package walking into a little pill and sell it to somebody? Well, I wouldn't put it past them. They probably can. But could you? Did I lose everybody? For some reason, we blurred it out there for a minute. There we go. We're back. Would anybody need hardcore training on how to walk on a treadmill? Is this hard? Right? Does it work? Yeah. I think that the ways to manage blood sugars is so simple and doesn't really cost much at all that it's been hidden on purpose. Bear to Gaming, I just shouted you out. Yes, you're welcome too. Yeah, I think that it's so simple. Well, yeah, if I'm gonna shout out, you guys gotta be liking. Give me some likes up in here, Stitch. Bear to Gaming, hit the hell out of that like button. Help me get this channel going here. Get some more people. You know, I ain't doing no more shout outs until you guys give me some of those little hearts. That helps me out, guys. And I want to help you guys. And that's what I'm talking about. It's so simple. The one thing I just don't like too is these people just spitting out information like a rubber band mouths, what I call it. Just blah 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 blah. Well, give me some hearts there. When's the next time I'm going live? There you go. Give me those hearts, guys. I'm gonna try to go live every day at 6 o'clock around that time. But there's some days I miss, guys. I got a special needs kid. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna live. I got a whole shitload of life problems I got to deal with right now, and I'm sure everybody does, and I don't want to talk about it. What I want to talk about is type 2 diabetes and how simple. So yeah, you go for a little walk. You can change like just 30 minutes a day. Just go for a walk. It's that simple. Not anything big. You don't need to like lift weights and do resistance training. You know, it could help. But yep, keep those hearts coming, guys. I love you too. I freaking love you. Like, help me and my daughter get this channel out there, right? Can you see my kid? She's out. She's sleeping in my tiny home right now, taking a little nap. So no, but maybe next time. But yeah, they're just simple little things that you can do. Like, so just go for like a 30-minute walk right after you get done eating dinner. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna spit out a whole bunch of stuff that can help you guys for free. And please, yes, thank you so much for hitting those like buttons. Let's get some more people here. Tells the algorithm, tells YouTube, because guys, I can help a lot of people. In my heart of hearts, I want to be here because I don't want people to fucking suffer like I had. I want them to know that there's somebody out there rooting for them, you know, that I've already had people and it makes my day. I don't make any money here, guys, and I don't think I ever will. But it makes my day, my paychecks, when someone's like, you changed my life, dude. You gave me the oomph to get up early in the morning and go for a walk and do something about my situation. And that makes me feel great, right? But yeah, let's get back on to some helpful things. You know, it's just your diet. A lot of people are going to tell you can't eat meat. Carbs is not the problem. I mean, hell, there's some people saying sugar is not the problem. Do whatever you want, whatever you feel like. Just check your blood sugars. I'm telling you right now, guys, for me, it was simple. I cut out the sugar. I cut out the carbs. I just simply started eating low carb. What's up, Stitchy? Hi. Is that you hitting all the likes? Thank you. But yeah, I just simply took out the majority of carbs. Like, I still ate like some lettuce, right? Some leafy greens. But I pretty much, when I first started, I cut out all fruit. I just went with just meat. Now there were a little bit of carbs inside my protein shakes. No more hearts. Keep it going. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. I'll keep. That's you, Stitchy. Do it for me. Do it for me. Help me help people. You're a part of this too. We're a team. Just keep smacking that thing. But yeah, I just went low carb. Thank you, Stitchy. I love you. Me and Violet, me and Rose love you. We much appreciate it. If there's anybody else who wants to join in and like it too, and I want to make sure I give you guys some value. But yeah, simple carbs, meaning like breads, pastas, and things like that. I just quit all that stuff out, quit drinking, and just basically went more on like a meat and a vegetable diet. And that's what helped me, guys. It was that simple. Incorporated with walking, you know. Another thing I learned was I was 230 pounds. I'm down to 180 now. I think I gained about 5 pounds, but I don't know if hopefully that's muscle. But what I did is I just had like a 30-gram protein shake within 30 minutes of waking up, followed by 30 minutes of walking like I'm doing right now, where I can still have a conversation. It took me literally probably like 3-4 months. And I did a video that went viral. It's a short here on YouTube, where I took a photograph of myself every Sunday for like I don't know, 6 months or something. And just literally, you could see the fat shaving off. I'm gonna guess it was like 3 months, guys, and I lost like, I think it was like what, 50 pounds, like a lot of fat. Thank you for all those likes, Stitchy. That really helps out a lot. But yeah, it's just simple little things like that. Did I know it was gonna work? No, you know. And the point is uneducated. I tried all kinds of things, like maybe some of you. Thank you, Stitchy. Some of you guys probably started to try stuff too, and you got let down. And that's the thing. One of the big things I wanted you to know is don't give up. Don't give in to the shit that people are trying to sell you everywhere, because we're like easy targets, you know? Oh my God, it's Alfred. Is that a snake or is that Alfred? I can't tell. Guys, I live off grid. I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. This is my lizard that just shows up. He's wild. I named him Alfred, I think. Here, let's take a look. Alfred, is that you? Oh, it sure is. Hi, Alfred. Are you sleeping? Guys, he's like a foot. He's over a foot long. I just want to make sure I don't squish you, Alfred. All right, well, you just hang out behind the bottles there. That's my pet. He's been here for a while. I think he's an alligator lizard. He's so cool. He's definitely home in there. I should make him a little house, huh? Yeah, off-grid living, guys. I live in a giant tent in a tiny house. We got birds, snakes in the house sometimes, like in our living situation in here. I think it's cool. Lizards, till you're taking a nap and they're crawling across your back. It's really creepy, man. You're like, it feels like a little bug. They're so gentle. You go like this to like smash a bug, and the whole entire lizard jolts. And you gotta. I think I threw Alfred's little brother across the whole entire room. Jolie William, someone is behind you. Yeah. Well, hopefully. But yeah, guys, it's just so many simple things that you can do, and it's cheap too. That was another thing that people told me. Well, it's expensive to eat like you are. You know, I'm like, eggs are cheap. I pretty much, and I still eat it, is like, I've narrowed it down though to like 3 scrambled eggs, and about 1/3 of a pound of hamburger. And I get grass-fed beef over at, guys, I have no affiliation with anybody. Nobody even knows I exist. But I go down to Aldi's and get the grass-fed burger. And I think it's like $5-6 a pound, right? And like 3 eggs with 1/3 of that, do the math, that's super, super cheap. And one of the coolest things I've done is I've intermittent fasted to get my blood sugars. That's free. You don't really need much training. You know, none of this is medical advice though. Of course, you know, you should consult your doctor if you are a type 2 diabetic, because none of this is medical advice. I have to go. My cousin just came over and I'm sorry. I tried to come tomorrow. Thank you, Stitchy. Thank you so much for all the likes and everything. I think you've helped us get some more people here. Yeah, if I'm not here, I'm sorry, Stitchy. Like, I'm trying to be here at 6 o'clock every day. It's just shit happens, and like, you know, I'm a single dad and I own a roofing business and all that. It's hard to do it, but I want to try to be here as much as possible for everybody. But yeah, guys, there's so much that you can do. So much you can do, but you got to try to figure out what works for you. And again, I want to say it again because I can't say this enough. It's just, I know you guys have been watching the videos like I did and like I still do, you know, and you've tried stuff and you're like, why is it not working? You know, I did everything you told me, because they're full of crap, guys. Full of crap. You got to try it for yourself. What works for one person may not work for the other. But I don't want you guys to ever give up, because it is possible. I'm your example. Guys, I wear a continuous glucose monitor. I've done videos. I share my blood labs, like everything that's going on with my blood, like my cholesterol and everything, plus my blood sugar results, like using my continuous glucose monitor. And if you don't know what that is, it measures my blood sugars in 5-minute increments. So it literally is a graph, like a lifeline, telling me every 5 minutes what's going on with my body. So I've learned a few things, and that was my PowerPoint. Bye, Stitchy, I mean, Stitchy Hello Kitty lover. I think I remember you here before, Stitchy and Hello Kitty lover. Thanks for those hearts, Stitchy. But yeah, I've been told we can help a lot of people. I had another channel called Adrian the Recovered Diabetic, but I had to change the name. It was a little too dicey for certain, for the big man, right? So I switched that over. And plus it was broad. It was out to like everybody. And I know that we can't please everybody, and not everybody wants to get help, but I want to strictly, I've got to narrow it down. So I'm here for the men who want to make a difference in their life so that it doesn't, type 2 diabetes doesn't control them, because you could have full control. Guys, I'm going to be 50 years old. I feel the best I've felt. My body, like I've got strength, my muscles, my endurance, my energy, everything has been better. You know, in a way, it may sound weird, but type 2 diabetes diagnosis for me back in 2023 in September, is probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I see it as a gift, because I was going down a road that I don't think I was going to stop on. I was drinking every day. I wasn't necessarily a sugar tooth too bad, but when I did, I'd hit it. You know, like an entire pint of peanut butter chocolate ice cream from Baskin Robbins. You know, I would hit it, but not all the time. I'd get a slice of pizza at Costco, you know, when I go grocery shopping and things like that. And I had to have burritos and, you know, nachos with corn chips and stuff. And I don't eat any of that. That's the difficult part. The difficult part is a lot of that food that you used to love, you can have every once in a while if you want to, but when you do like I do, when you watch your blood sugars, you're not going to want to. Plus, when you eat clean, you feel so good. You eat that crap food and you notice how bad you feel. You can watch your blood sugar spike, and you're going to be like energetic. That food's going to go in. You're like, oh my God, that was like so tasty, so yummy. And then you can literally see it after your blood sugar goes up high and your insulin's kicking in. Hopefully you get the super down low, and then you're like, oh my God, I feel tired and groggy and foggy, and you just feel like crap. If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I'm high on feeling great, and I don't want anything to compromise that. And that's what I want for everybody else. I guys want you to know that erectile dysfunction, all those kind of things, that's all most of our, I'm not a doctor too, I'm uneducated, guys. Most of the diseases and illnesses that we have are due to insulin resistance. And if you look at some of the new studies, if you need science and all the math that's out there, they'll actually tell you the same. A lot of people are finding out that, you know what, it's not the fatty, it's not meat and all those kind of things. You know what it is? It's the junk food. It's not vegetables either. It's the junk food. That's the processed foods that's screwing us all up. And it's not necessarily the junk food itself. It's what the junk food does to your body. If you wore a continuous glucose monitor, checked your blood sugar all the time, you'd know what I mean. But the problem here is that nobody will do that, right? Nobody's going to monitor themselves. So that's why I'm your guy. And I know a lot of you guys need proof in the pudding and all that. And I got it. I got all of it. And I'm ready to show you guys what I've done to help you to get to where I'm at. Medication free, you know, no meds. Not to say, again, this is not medical advice, right? I got to play it safe. No supplements, really, at all. I play with supplements just to see what they'll do. For instance, I'm trying Amla right now, and at first I got great results. Now I'm noticing maybe not so great. So I doubled up my my dosage of Amla, and now I'm trying to see how well that's going to work, right? But it might be the bad type of Amla. I don't know. Maybe the pills are too old. So I just got all kinds of different things to do that I'm experimenting with myself. And guys, going back on the food thing, I've tested every time I eat something, I can't help but to look at my blood sugar monitor and to see what kind of effects it's had on me. And so far, I've built an entire arsenal of beautiful stuff. Like, you know, of course you can't eat Doritos. You can't have corn chips with all the time, right? I prefer not to have them at all. But you can't have a tortilla. You can't have sourdough bread and all that. But one thing you can have is bacon wrapped steak, right? Bacon wrapped hot dogs. I made a cheesecake, a pumpkin cheesecake with high protein. Freaking delicious, with homemade raw cream, heavy cream, whipped cream on top, sprinkled in with some allulose powder and some stevia, some monk fruit sweetener. Freaking delicious. I've made chocolate pudding and chocolate lava cakes that literally made with egg, right? Egg and almond powder, almond flour and stevia and chocolate sweetener. And literally, it does not spike your blood sugar. And in fact, it's giving you dosages of protein if you wanted to bulk up with some muscle. So it's freaking awesome. What's up, TH Najim? So yeah, there's so much that we could share. And I love on the other channel, which I've changed to the unconventionalist, and I'm gonna go on there whenever I can. But I stopped all that. But we had a nice group of there, and people would share lots of information. So it was really nice. As for instance, I don't know where he is. He's usually here by now. It's Carnivore Police. He's been doing this for like 8 years. I think he had pre-diabetes and he changed his life around. And me and him talk all the time. And this guy's a wealth of knowledge. Between the two of us, boy, you guys can learn a lot. And both of us are here to offer some really free, good advice on stuff we've been trying, stuff we're trying now. And it just keeps getting better and better. And the more that you guys, if you guys don't mind, hit that like button, because that helps me out here. But the more and more we keep doing these kind of shows, these kind of presentations, the more we get people in here to help even more people. I mean, I've had comments where they said, "You saved my life, dude." And I'm like, God damn, that's a lottery ticket to me. That's freaking awesome. So yeah, that's my spiel for today. What are you guys all up to? No questions on. I'd rather keep the comments to type 2 diabetes. I know a lot of people are here for some entertainment and stuff like that, and I like to get funny and silly too, but mainly I don't have a lot of time right now, and I'm really trying to press to just help people. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, guys, ask away. You know, I'm an open book. I'm here to share everything I can with you. Yeah, day, I think 662. 2 years. All right, almost 2 years. That's right, September. We're in September now. Yeah, we're pulling up on 2 years of diabetes free. And you know, I gotta say, I'm like super grateful to my past self. Like super grateful that I took the initiative to do what I've done. I no longer have the fear, you know, of amputations and all the crazy stuff that comes with type 2 diabetes. I know that I can handle it. I know that I can just do one intermittent fasting day, right? Whether it's a 10-hour fast, a 16, an 18, or a 24-hour. One of the most powerful I found was a 24-hour fast. If you just do one of those a week, literally you can control everything and you can enjoy yourself. And one thing I'll say too is that it was today, my daughter was given a little bag of Cheetos, and I ate about 3 or 4 of them. And they tasted good, but it didn't like attack me where it was like, oh my God, this is the best thing what have I been missing? It was kind of like, I could do without it, right? I'm not going to say the cravings aren't there, because there's chemicals and, you know, it's been engineered for mouth feel and everything. I wasn't going to say it wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I've got to eat the whole bag, right? Not at all. I think what's happened for me is I know where that road goes. You know, you don't have to feel guilty. I think a lot of people, if they want to do it, but you got to make sure you have some self-control. Because if you don't have self-control, you're probably going to end up eating the whole damn bag of Cheetos, and then you know where that leads to, right? It's like playing with fire. So self-control, I think, is the biggest one. And I know that's probably got to be, I'd love for you guys to comment on this, but I think the biggest problem that I've heard from my people, the followers and people listening, is self-control. Like, they're like, God, I still got to go out every once in a while, Adrian. You know, you really helped me out. But I had to get a burrito today with a flour tortilla, or I had to drink that soda. And I'm like, yeah, don't feel bad, you know, as long as you can control it. But I could just easily see it like an alcoholic, you know, if you're just hooked on alcohol, all it takes, and you go, you know, sober for like 6 months, let's just say, and then you have one drink and it's like, bam, the next, you know, 3-4 hours later, you're butt naked hugging a toilet, you know, in a hotel. You don't even know where you're at with a chicken on your forehead, right? You don't want to relapse. So I understand. I think if you are the type of person that doesn't have self-control, that you should probably just eliminate it forever and use other things. I mean, there's cool, like, one thing I found was from another content creator. I can't remember who it was from, but if you take and you mix like Parmesan cheese, some chicken, and an egg, and you can add like a little bit of like coconut flour or something if you want, and you can roll up these little French fry looking things out of chicken and and you get Parmesan and a little bit of like almond or coconut flour. Spray them with oil and put them in the air fryer. One cool thing you could do is sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top so they get all crunchy. Fry them really high with that oil, and you literally get these little French fries, but they're made out of chicken. So you can have a cheeseburger, right? Like, that's one of my things coming on this next week is going to be a double cheeseburger with grilled onions, some tomato, pickles, mustard, mayo, maybe some sugar-free or no added sugar ketchup, wrapped in a big wad of lettuce. And then we're gonna have these little chicken French fries with some homemade ranch dressing on the side, or maybe some barbecue sauce. I don't know, something to dip them in. And that's your full meal. And guys, sometimes these things like these chicken French fries taste way better than regular old French fries. And guess what? You don't get the blood sugar spike. So yeah, there's some delicacy, wonderful stuff that I found that I think eventually, I'm not there yet, but eventually I think I need to write an entire cookbook for people looking to not just beat type 2 diabetes or not raise their blood sugar, but also to lose weight, because you can enjoy wonderful foods like that, like fast food. How would you say, like mimicry, like fast food swaps? And you can go ahead and have some pumpkin pie, right? Made out of pumpkin puree and protein powder and cheese, cottage cheese or cream cheese, and with homemade whipped cream on top. You can have as much as your heart desires, and your blood sugar isn't going to go up. In fact, you're getting a good healthy dose of protein. So life definitely doesn't have to suck at all, but it's just making those changes and making those tweaks. So that's what I wanted to share with today. And again, I'm going to say this last time, guys. I know you guys have been defeated on certain stuff, probably maybe all of it. You've tried this, you bought into that, it didn't work. Just keep trying, man. Just keep trying. The best advice I can do, guys, to give you is follow some of the stuff that I've done. Maybe it'll work for you. I can't guarantee it. Ask Carnivore Police when he comes over here to share his information. But the real way you're going to know is if you check your blood sugar all the time. Get a finger stick or a monitor like I've got, a CGM, and check your blood sugar before if you're not sure if a meal is good for you, check your sugar before you eat. Eat it, check it 30 minutes after, an hour after, an hour and a half after, 2 hours after. Keep checking it so you can see in 30-minute increments how high it went and how long it took to get down. Now, this is popular opinion. This is the conventional, but what they're saying is that if your blood sugar goes down within 2 hours, you're in a good, safe range. That means that your insulin's working. So, and it's not uncommon for people who aren't diabetic, right? I'm going to give you this one first because I did not know this when I started, to hit 140 milligrams per deciliter, like at a peak. That's like considered normal. Now, if you start going above that, it's normal for type 2 diabetics to hit 180, or somebody with insulin resistance. You can hit 180 milligrams per deciliter. That's considered normal. I don't really like those numbers too well. I like the 140s, and it's rare that I even hit the 40s unless I really go eat something that's high carb. But as long as it comes back down from either one of those numbers within 2 hours, you should be fine. So that's what they say. What I would say, and again, this is not medical advice, and I'm not a doctor, and if you are type 2 diabetic, you should consult a doctor. I say, if you have insulin resistance, you probably should stick to stuff that doesn't spike you above 140, if that's the norm. I'd say try to go even below that. And my reasoning for this is that your pancreas is the organ in your body which creates the insulin, that when your blood sugar goes high, it basically drowns out the sugar and kind of brings your body back to normal. It's like the equalizer. It's like the referee to go, okay, we got to stop cleaning this house up. We can't let these blood sugars go too high. Well, if you've been eating like junk all the time, and it's working and working and working, at some point it just gets tired and goes, man, I can't do this anymore, so I'm just going to stop producing insulin. And then your sugars go up high. So if you just if you give it a break, then your blood sugars it'll give your pancreas enough chance to, there's Carnivore Police, guys, right at the end too. This will give your pancreas enough time to heal and rest so that it can come back. And I think that's the hypothesis of what happened with my body, is my blood sugars are now normalized a lot easier because my pancreas is working fine. I gave it that break. I let it heal. So that's the ticket. That's what I got today, guys. Carnivore, you missed it. But guys, this is the guy I was telling you about, Carnivore Police, wealth of information. He's been doing it for like 8 years. And hopefully he'll join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I know he was calling me when I was doing this live and preparing for it. Sorry, Carnivore, I couldn't take your call. But, ooh, we got a little moon. That is the moon. And I got a whole bunch of quail here. There's probably like 50 wild quail walking around this place. Pretty nice. And yeah, I just been going through just to end. I'm not sure how consistent I could be at this thing because I'm just really going through a shitstorm right now. But I want to make sure I'm out to help you guys and give whatever I can. Look at, oh, see if I can show you guys the quail. Wild quail, you guys. Right there. I don't think I can zoom with this. Oh, I can. Look at, there's like 50 of them, maybe even 100. Let me get my elbow so I'm not shaking. Wild quail. So cool. Look at, yeah. Anyways, I like living with nature. I'm the unconventionalist. But yeah, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I got some videos. I got a short coming out for you guys in the morning. And then I got a long form around noon. And then I'm going to try to do some lives every day at noon. I'm sorry, at 6, if I can make it. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope everybody's doing well. Guys, if I gave you anything good, I got to remember this. I always forget. It would really do me a solid and help me out if you guys go out and just hit that little like button. If you guys can comment or whatever, or subscribe. If you guys want the real deal, somebody who's not going to bullshit you, I'm here for you guys. Thanks for those. Oh, it's Stitchy. You're back. I came back just to say bye. Thank you so much, Stitchy. You're a sweetheart. Stitchy cares. Yeah, if you guys want to give the likes, like it and all that. So only if I've given you guys value, and it helps me to go out. If it pushes information, tells you to. And it is good. It's a place that we can help people out and become a family. So thank you for everybody who's supporting me, especially you, Stitchy, hitting that like button. You're the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6.